What is up, YouTube? Today's topic is a talk video, and specifically, the topic is compare but don't compare yourself. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's get into it. Comparing, yes, the quality, the sound of your music. You could compare mix downs and say, okay, the kick's louder, or maybe the song's wider, and all that. The fine details you could compare. But don't compare yourself and say, oh, they're producing this and I'm only producing this, or they're producing that style and I'm producing this style. Maybe I should produce that style. That is the horrible comparing. Everyone's on their own journey, on their own path. So if you start comparing what people are doing to yourself, that's not going to help you out because you're just going to be bending left, bending right, bending backwards, bending forward, whatever. You're not going to be able to create your path by doing that. It's going to be like this. Maybe circle back, blah, 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 blah. But if you just keep on going forward, worrying about you and creating you, because you are the brand, and you can't create your brand about you if you're copying all these other people and, just comparing yourself. So don't compare yourself. You may be comparing yourself to someone who's been doing it for 25 years and you're only at like year 5, maybe you're only at year 2 or something. You have to think about that. And even when you're at year 25, maybe you'll do way more than they did at year 25. So you can't compare yourself when you're behind, and you certainly can't compare yourself when you're ahead to someone who's starting out because you like what they're doing. They're doing what they're doing, and you got to respect that, and you got to keep doing what you're doing. That's the part of the game, You can't just go with the flow. I mean, there's people who do that, but they do it tastefully in the way that they keep their style, they keep their brand, and they'll say, "Oh, this is hot. I'll take what I like out of what's hot and implement it to what I'm already doing." That way they're not going like this with their brand, leaving these people left behind, They're going like this. And it's growing. The audience is growing rather than them taking that narrow path and going like this and chasing that audience. So you want to keep your fan base, maybe grow it wider with more influences from different styles, but you're keeping your main sound there, whatever that may be. Maybe you do some like drum and bass stuff, high energy music. Maybe your music's really down tempo, slower, more emotional. Whatever your core thing is, like when I produce under ADAY, my core thing is high energy music. So anything that's not really high energy, sure, I'll still make it, but I'm not going to put it out underneath the brand. I'll put it out under my producer name, Jacob the producer, and that's just kind of my catalog of all my music, and I'll send that out to music agencies and stuff. See if anyone wants to record over it or put it behind music, or not music, put it behind video and whatnot. And that's my brand. That's just me creating whatever I want, and whoever wants to use that stuff could use that stuff, and we'll work out a contract and pricing. But in the EDM world, you gotta have a brand, you gotta have a style of music, and you gotta just run with it, And that's what I mean by you gotta compare, but you can't compare yourself. You could compare the quality of the music, how the mix downs are, the stereo imaging, the levels, how high the kick is compared to the sub, and maybe you could hear that they layer sounds to build one big sound, and just all that kind of stuff. So compare the fine details, the technical side, but don't compare yourself on achievements, styles of music, and all that stuff, because everyone's different. Everyone's going to be doing their own thing. And I expect you to do your own thing because that's what's going to make you stand out. Think of everything that's cool today was not just copied. It may have taken influences from other stuff, but it's its own identity. Like the future music, a lot of the old school dubstep had, wobble synths, and they kind of just wrote out a bass line with them like that. Now, the future music took styles like that, made it like poppy, more dancey, and then they used those wobble synths, the wobble saws and stuff as a staple to the music. So they took from older stuff, made its own genre on its own. Same with the trap music for the electronic. Trap was a style of music for hip hop and stuff, but then they took that, the drums and the 808s and the boom and hits, and then they added all the electronic sounds on top and created a whole new category and stuff like that. So sure, take what you like, but keep your main focus going and start adding to it rather than changing directions. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Go to join.tarant.info. for over 80 presets from Serum, Massive, and Silent One, Ableton projects, and all that good stuff. Link in the description. I'll see you on the inside. Peace.